30,000 individuals were laid off by Oracle. They sent them a 6 a.m. email with absolutely no warning shots. Is it so? Well, not exactly. See, I work in AI transformation. The work is changing. The way the information flow happens in an organization, the way the different teams are interacting, the inputs, outputs, everything is changing. So are the manpower models. Not everyone will be making the cut. I was working on an AI automation of 40-member team, and I knew three of them well and two well. So that brought an human element to the entire AI transformation story. I started wondering why certain individuals are laid off, certain individuals are not laid off. So usually this decisions to lay off happens 3 to 4 months in advance. So you have initially have an AI automation pilots. Basis that pilots, those are being studied, and basis that the recommendations are being made. The list of roles and the way the work would change is being debated out. Obviously, at this point of time, it happened to be with the top management. And then there is a back and forth, and eventually one certain day, there's a transition plan which is rolled out. Now, how can one future-proof against this? There are three broad parameters which, if done correctly, and which, if you're operating, can really safeguard you. One, is your role process or is it a judgment? So process is some sequence of work which needs to be done one after other, and AI does it well, fast, efficient, and very cheap. The reliability is increased. But the judgment is whether this model will work, whether this model will not work. That's something which a human has to think about. So in other words, I have introduced an AI model in surgery. It's 99% right, but the 1% edge case can be a matter of life and death. And if you're on that judgment rules, that's going to be continuing to be there. The second element is, are you being looked as an AI consumer, or are you on the producer side or a calibrator? So if you're on the consumer side, you would be, a lot of these training programs would be about making the good prompts, making the good models work, etc. So you're still on the consumer side of it. But when you are actually on the calibrator, you work with the team to decide what this good response should look like. How does AI work on those edge cases? Because right now AI is failing on edge cases. So when you are on the calibrator, you become indispensable in any kind of ecosystem, any kind of organization. The third element here is about, is your role work context or is it an organizational memory? So the context could be in terms of, is it just documentation, is it just information collation, or X, Y, Z? See, all these things are transactional in nature and they could be easily replicated by agentic AI and LLMs. But if it's on the organizational memory side of it, like which partnerships worked, who had betrayed you, the partners who had betrayed you as an organization. So those elements still happen to be human elements and they will continue to be. So what I will suggest is you reevaluate yourself against these three parameters. If you make really critical in any of these three parameters and you are on an extreme side of it, let's say you are on the judgment side of it, you are on the contributor side of it, and you are on the organizational memory side of it, any organization will not really think of laying you off.